In the last video, we learned about acute arsenic poisoning. This is a video on chronic arsenic poisoning. This video is divided into four parts. First, we'll know the introduction. Both are the same, but there is a slight difference. We'll get to know it. Next, we'll know sign and symptoms of chronic arsenic poisoning. Then we'll know the treatment of chronic arsenic poisoning, and in the last we'll know the postmortem finding and medical legal importance of chronic arsenic poisoning. So let's begin. First is introduction. Arsenic poisoning is a medical condition that occurs due to elevated level of arsenic in the body. And the chronic arsenic poisoning is due to the repeated exposure of the arsenic in the body. This is also known as cumulative effect of arsenic. The main source of exposure are occupational exposure, natural contamination of drinking water, and alternative medicine remedies containing arsenic. The occupational exposure is mainly from the smelting industry. The smelting industry is where the process of extraction of this other metal take place. There a byproduct as a arsenic is obtained, and the occupational hazard due to arsenic has been created. In the next, we know कि arsenic is also used in glass manufacturing and micro electronic industries. In the chips, the arsenic is also used in the semiconductors, so the workers working there also get infected with the arsenic in a form of chronic arsenic poisoning. Slowly and gradually, they get exposed to the chronic low level of arsenic, and the arsenic get deposited in the body, and when it reaches the threshold point, it gives its symptom of chronic arsenic poisoning. Thus, we come to know the patient is suffering from arsenic poisoning, and then we'll remove the patient from the atmosphere and the treatment is done. In the next slide, mode of action. The mode of action is same as I have explained in the acute arsenic poisoning. The arsenic interference with the cellular respiration by uncoupling mitochondrial oxidative phosphorylation by combining with the sulfur group of mitochondrial enzymes. This acetyl CoA enzyme A, that is inhibited cellular glucose uptake, glucogenesis, fatty acid oxidation. These all are the same. Arsenic is also a carcinogenic substance. It causes cancer, specifically the cancer of the skin and the respiratory tract. Next slide is of sign and symptoms of chronic arsenic poisoning. These signs and symptoms are divided into four stages. The first stage that appears is GIT disturbance. The second stage is cathedral changes. The third is the skin rashes, and the fourth is the nervous disturbance. In the first, what we'll see, the patient will suffer from GIT disturbance. He'll have many of the symptoms related to GIT. The next, he'll have the symptoms related to the eyes, then to the skin, and in last, he will have the symptoms of nervous system. So let's move on to them in detail one by one. The sign and symptoms at gastrointestinal tract level. The following will be the signs. There will be nausea, vomiting, abdominal cramp, loss of appetite, diarrhea, salivation appear at the first. For no reason, the person will be having lots of saliva in his mouth, and these are the GIT symptoms that will appear first in the patient. In the second stage, that is cathedral changes, we'll know the congestion, the watering of the eye, the photophobia symptoms will appear. In the skin changes, we'll know there may be the rashes resembling fading mesial rashes, excessive darkening of the skin, hyperpigmentation in the areas that are not exposed to the sunlight, excessive formation of scaly skins on palm and the sole known as arsenical uh, keratosis. Arsenical keratosis. Then we'll know the patient will have brown pigmentation mostly on the skin flexure, temples, shoulder, eyelids, and neck. This is also known as raindrop appearance. The transverse wide band of arsenic deposited across the bed of the fingernails. In the fingernails, we'll note the wide band of the arsenic deposited. This is also called as me lines. Then we'll move on to the fourth stage of chronic arsenic poisoning. We'll have the nervous disturbance like tingling, numbing of the hands and the feet, polyneuritis, anesthesia, paresthesia with painful swelling, encephalopathy will be developed, etc. will be the signs of the chronic arsenic poisoning. There will be some other signs also, like there are some other symptoms also that will be developed in the patient of chronic arsenic poisoning, like at respiratory level, the person will suffer from cough, hoarsening of voice, hemoptysis, dyspnea, etc. will be the symptoms that will be developed in the patient. At cardiovascular level, the cardiac failure dependent edema develops in the extremities, chronic nephritis in the renal system will be developed, hepatomegaly, jaundice, cirrhosis of liver will occur in the liver, the bone marrow suppression, hypoplasia, anemia, leukemia, and the thrombocytopenia develops that are confirmed with the hematological values. Now, coming on to the treatment, the first and the foremost treatment is the removal of the patient from the exposed atmosphere. The person should be removed from which the person get exposed, like he is working in a semiconductor factory, so he should not be allowed to work in that factory for a period of time until unless the symptoms are being completely eradicated from the body, and after that, with precaution, the person should be left out so that he can work in that area. The antidote is bal, that is given in the same dose as in acute arsenic poisoning. It should be given in a dose of 3 to 5 mg per kg IM 4 hourly for 2 days, 6 hourly for 1 day, and then 12 hourly for 10 days, depending upon the amount of arsenic present in the body. This ratio can be changed. The vitamin B complex and the IV solution of sodium thiosulfate are useful in the treatment, and the symptomatic treatment should be done. The most important point is the recovery from the signs and symptoms may take weeks to months from when exposure is stopped. In particularly, effect on the nervous system may take months to resolve, and in some cases, a complete recovery is never achieved. So this is the important point. In some cases, if there is a permanent damage done by the chronic arsenic poisoning, so this should be kept in mind. Moving on to the next point, post-mortem finding and medical legal importance. What will be the post-mortem finding? In post-mortem finding, we'll externally we'll notice that the dead body is emaciation. The word is emaciation. That means we'll find that the body will be very dull, ill looking, like person की dead body होगी, and the pigmentation will be there. Keratosis will be there. Keratosis means like horny skin, um, the skin having horns on it. The appearance of the skin will be like horns on it. Alopecia, white streaks on the nails. The jaundice, the symptoms of jaundice will be the present. A wasting of the muscles and ulceration of the nasal septum. The important point is ulceration of the nasal septum. Externally, we'll find these symptoms. Internally, we'll find the stomach may be normal in appearance but can show the signs of chronic gastritis. The small intestine will be reddish with thick mucosa lining. Fatty degeneration or necrosis of the liver is seen. The tubular necrosis is seen in the kidney, and myocardial necrosis of heart is observed in a dead person. And what all are the medical legal aspect? The same, the medical legal aspect are same as that of the uh, uh, acute arsenic poisoning. Like it is a very good homicidal, that in the case of acute arsenic poisoning. uh, Accidental, the major death are due to the accidental, like slowly exposure in the occupational area, in the metal foundry, mining, glass production, and in the semiconductor industry. These can be done. Sometimes it is ingested or applied locally in a form of paste or ointment. It is used, so chronic arsenic poisoning can be done. In the cases of alternative medicines made from the arsenic, when the medicine is given for the good but the negative effect is done by the arsenic. So this is also a medical legal important for arsenic poisoning. And the confirmation of the death by arsenic is done by hair or tissue sample analysis. We know कि arsenic is the 12th most abundant element on the earth, and that is present on the earth. And when a person dies due to arsenic poisoning, we have all the post-mortem signs externally and internally, but the confirmation is done by hair and tissue sample. As we all know, the arsenic get deposited in the hair and the tissues of a dead person. So if we do the analysis of the hair, and along with the area where the dead body is found, the nearby area, the analysis is done of that soil. So in comparison, we get to know कि the person is dead from the arsenic or not. Because if a person is dead of any other cause other than arsenic, and he is buried within the ground, the arsenic from the ground is deposited in the body, and this confusion is created कि it is he or she is dead due to arsenic. This confirmation is done by hair and the tissue sample and the soil lying nearby. So in comparison, we come to know कि there is a death due to any other cause or due to arsenic poisoning. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, and